Hey everybody, welcome back, movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Stuber. Yeah. So, this is going to be our spoiler discussion video. We're going to talk about all kinds of spoilers, and we might even start talking about how it ended first, so be very careful. We'll give you a minute as we do our spiel to click out of this video, and you can come on back and watch the spoiler video once you've seen the movie, and you're ready for the spoilers.
Meanwhile, you can also watch the non-spoiler video that we just released yesterday.
Yes, or has been out for a while, depending on when you're seeing this, because I don't know how many people are going to rush out for Stuber, though the box office business seems to be doing pretty well for it. But yeah, so again, we'll talk all kinds of crazy spoilers up, down, all around, and you can spoil in the comments and all that kind of stuff. And we're not really movie reviewers or critics. We don't consider ourselves critics. We just like movies, and I like to talk about movies, and I drag her into doing it because I don't think she has some things to say on this one. Yeah, but I'm behind the wheel. Wait, what?
This will make more sense if you see the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like I'm forgetting part of the spiel I usually put in here.
Anywho, don't complain about spoilers in the comments because this is a spoilers.
See, now you messed up because you told them not to do. You can't specifically say don't do something because now it's going to be all the comments that are going to be, how do you do spoil? Like, even our regulars are going to troll us with it now.
Well, then fine, cut it out.
That's work. These things don't make enough money to edit. They make some money,
Are you
but
sure
come
you
on.
wanted to say that?
No, it's fine. You never know what makes money. It's weird. Like our Get Out review has made a ton of money, and some of the reviews make a ton of money. Some of the reviews make no money. I did not
know that.
Yeah, it's weird. That being said, we're weird, and I thought this movie was uber fun, or should I say, Stuber fun? There, I promised that would be the joke in the spoiler one since I did the worst version in the other thing.
Yes, you did.
Alright, so again, if you want our general feeling about this, check out the no spoilers, because this is going to be just more specifics about what we want to talk about. So, you've been thoroughly warned for spoilers. So let's talk about when the...
You want to do the best thing?
Oh no, I was waiting for your standard joke.
Oh, it was so when the aliens invaded.
Yeah, I was setting up for your... I know. You're just thinking about those giant cocks. I know.
I have flashbacks to sorry to bother you, but...
It's painfully clever if you know that movie. And it's not, and if you don't know the movie and you've only seen the trailer, it's not a racial reference. Trust me. You have to have seen that movie because that joke makes...
Yeah.
Whew.
That movie makes a turn that nobody saw coming.
Yeah, so let's talk about Sorry to Bother You, which is a superior film. No, but Stuber, I really enjoyed it. I had a real good time. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen by far, but I really had a good time with it.
It was okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so the strip club scene, we'll just jump into our favorite part of the movie. The part that did require it being R and is hilarious.
It's a male strip club.
Though, actually, come to think of it, we talked about it being required, but I think the joke could have worked without actually seeing it.
Yeah, but...
I mean, maybe it's funnier that we did, but did it? I don't know. I mean, I don't care.
No, I think it is funnier because it's one of those things where you see it coming and you know what's going to happen.
Not in the slang way.
Yeah, no.
You see it appearing. But no, yeah, it's a male strip club, and there is I mean, that thing had to be at least a foot. I think it was longer. I don't know. It's kind of a quick flash, and it's like, okay. But that was definitely the best part.
Because
because the jokes around it.
Is taking a video voice call.
Face call, yeah, FaceTime.
FaceTime. I don't do them. I don't know what they're called. So he's doing FaceTime, and he thinks he's found like a safe place in this this locker room.
In the dressing room of the male strippers.
To take it, and then behind him walks this guy. Buck-ass naked, huge.
Yeah.
and the girl the girl he's talking to is like, did I just see it?
And luckily, like, she's so drunk he could pass it off. I thought that was real cute. Yeah. But it's all made 10 times funnier by his like emotional connection and like talking to that other stripper that he saved from getting the chewing out and all of that stuff.
Yeah, because they're like having this massive heart to heart, and it.
Oh my god, and then after it, and it's like, you're gonna fuck her! Because you're gonna fuck! But it's like so awkwardly, like, it's like adult language, but so like charmingly kind of childlike and innocent. It's this weirdly awesome dichotomy of emotions and attitudes and styles in that moment, and it works beautifully. And whoever that stripper was that was talking with Camille, fantastic.
Oh, he was selling the fuck out of it.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He almost looks like Tony Robbins. in the face, obviously.
No, yeah, that's definitely not Tony Robbins.
I know it wasn't him, but he kind of had that vibe. Like, was it Tony Robbins' son? But
although, speaking of people who weren't who I thought they were,
okay,
the guy playing Richie, Stu's boss at Outside the Box.
Oh yeah, he's one of those.
It's just like a hashtag not Channing Tatum.
He has a little bit of Channing Tatum in there. But yeah, he's like got a blend of a bunch of people. He's also got a little Adam Devine from Workaholics vibe going on.
But I'm looking at his build, I'm going like, are you one of Bautista's buddies from the MMA or something?
No, maybe. I don't know, but he was really good. Again, the supporting characters were really funny because I thought he was really funny, and the whole reveal that he thought he and Stu were best friends. It's like, all that ribbing's my favorite part of the job. Camille's like, yeah, that's my least favorite. And I love the line too when Camille's like, I'm going to tell your father you masturbate in the handicap stall. Like, no, I just use a regular stall. I don't know what it was, but I also realized I needed to bail because it's like, oh, I shouldn't do that accent because that's going to just come across horribly wrong. So that's why.
Because first of all, he doesn't really have that much of an accent.
No, not really. But anyways, I thought that joke was really funny. Just that kind of humor. It's like, no, I use a regular stall, you know. And like, no one even talks about the fact that apparently he lives in the store, you know. And the whole balding thing. I mean, that shit was pretty funny too. It's like, if you are balding, it's probably barely noticeable, you know. So I mean, there's some really good stuff that's not in the trailers in here, but you know, but then a lot of the really good stuff is in the trailers. I do also love the joke at the end when the Uber car blows up, and he's like. He's like, well, first you're like, no, like that was the big casualty, and then he's like, how? It's an electric car, there's not even any gas, and then he's like screaming the realization, oh, it was the propane tanks. Like he's essentially having to scream it for the audience to be like, why did the electric car blow up like that?
I assumed that it was just because. That's
kind of what I thought, but I love how they just kind of subtly just threw that in as the off-screen line. Oh, the propane tanks. And I love that. Well,
it makes sense though, because they went on and on about how it was an electric car, and they did telegraph everything else in this movie.
Yeah, the whole silent but deadly, you know, with kicking over Mira Sorvino, which we'll get to.
Taking a bullet.
Yeah, Camille falling in love with Dave's daughter. That was obvious the second they met.
The whole, cars don't blow up or...
Yeah, the shooting the tires out, all that kind of stuff.
Well, actually, the shooting the tires thing, that didn't have...
But then he was at least going to try, you know? So, I mean, even that kind of stuff, super telegraphed. You know it's happening.
It's just like, I survived because of this penknife.
Yeah, and then the penknife comes into play. Yeah, little things like that.
Yeah.
But I do like all that. And I do like how Camille's like, you know, like, you're dead. You had a shitty dad, dude. That's not a good thing. Like, you think that's a good thing that he abandoned you for a night in the desert? Mm-hmm. No, you had an abusive, shitty fucking dad. Yeah, more people need to hear that. Just because they're your parents, blood relation doesn't mean shit. If you got shitty people in your life, get them the fuck out of your life. You'll have a happier life. Family is what you make it. So, anyways, it's a tangent for something else.
Anywho,
but yeah, like Mira Sorvino. So this is one of our biggest flaws in this movie.
She was a captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has like a half a scene early in the movie.
Yeah.
And then about midway in the back half, shows back up, and you realize, oh, she's like, we didn't even know there was a mole. They didn't set up anything like that, but clearly she was working with the bad guys. So it kind of comes out of the blue. Mm-hmm. And that's what we were saying in our no spoiler, could have used a little more development.
Yeah, because there's nothing in like the first encounter with the bad guy to indicate that they've been tipped off by somebody in the force.
Right, because you saw the hotel lady did it, and you just assume, oh, she's on the take or whatever. Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get that, yeah.
And then when you do, the one time that you do meet the captain, she's like, it's been 6 months.
Kicking it to the feds.
Yeah, we, since you've been working on this for years, we need to kick this up, and you really need to take some time off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And which is all perfectly reasonable stuff for captain to be saying.
And not that we needed them to drop their tip their hat because they did with everything else.
But
there should have been more of her in the movie. Like, show her checking up on him, or talking more. Like, show that there was more of a relationship with those characters or something.
Yeah, well, it was, everything was done like in hindsight. Like, there's like a montage of, well, I did this, and this behind the scenes.
Yeah, which again feels so out of the blue because she's been barely in the movie until that point.
Yeah.
So that was definitely kind of weird. So I think that's a structural flaw with it. So other than that, and the telegraphing, though, I do think it was kind of fun.
It's the only thing that surprised me is because they didn't bother to set it up.
Exactly. And that's kind of the problem is it is that delicate line of you have to be able to. That's why movies are hard, people, by the way. I know there's no arts education anymore, so I know a lot of the younger viewers and stuff don't understand this, because I get, again, a lot of the comments, a lot of them are trolls, whatever, but I see a lot of people, and it breaks my heart, be like, it's just a movie, it's just a trailer. And it's like, no, it's so much more than that. You don't understand the art of cinema, which is fine. It doesn't have to be everybody's bag, but they aren't easy, and writing is not easy. So, I mean, there is that line you have to walk of setting something up without giving away what you're setting up. And the best scripts are the ones you look back and be like, oh, it was there all along and I never saw it, like a Usual Suspects or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
So I think they did kind of fail in that regard on this.
So, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
What did you think of the big fight scene between Stu and
Dave. I'm just
Dave.
Vic and Stu.
Was it
Yeah,
Vic?
Victor. Yeah,
Okay.
Vic. That was fun. That was a lot of
sitting
fun.
here going like, I'm pretty sure under those circumstances, I could have taken Bautista.
Yeah, in a sporting goods store, where you
Yeah.
have access to golf clubs and baseball bats and a frying pan. I thought there'd be some kind of Fortnite
It should be the
or
classic
PUBG thing with the frying pan.
It's like
but-
the classic side-scrolling thing where you're fighting the boss, where you get a couple of hits in and then you back off so that he can do this attack and not hit you.
Yeah,
and then
pretty
go back in
much.
and take a few more hits.
But then again, they did play with his loss of vision pretty well with some goofy stuff
Mm-hmm.
in there too, with him not seeing things like punching the dummy's head off,
Yeah.
or not realizing the
That's why
camping stuff he's
much
tripping
easier
into.
to take down.
Yeah, so I thought, so again, there was some fun stuff in there, and some of those hits were painful. And oh my god, when this is what I was talking about, when Bautista gets hit in the face with all the fishing hooks, and you see him peel one out. I was like, we saw a guy's face get smashed in with a propane can. Nothing, but a fish hook pulling out.
I get it. I think that's a more relatable injury, and so it's a little more easy to have that empathetic.
That's fair.
Because you were watching, what was it, that Ready or Not trailer?
Yeah.
And you were looking at me going like, you're okay with
Yeah, they showed the Red Band trailer with like people's heads getting blown off and shit, and it's like, oh.
But there's something about it that was so campy that.
All right. Well, anyways, but we'll she's going
sort
to see that, so we'll probably see Ready or Not.
But it's sort of the same thing where the guy gets the propane tank to the head. It was,
Which-
first of all, it was super fast
And super funny and over the top and crazy.
Yeah, and partly because again it was the whole kind of pre-telegraph sort of thing.
And that was the Final Destination moment I was referring to that I liked. I liked that it blew up in his face. It literally blew up in his face, blew up the car.
Well, he was already dead before that blew up.
And another moment I really liked in the beginning was with the Tinjo, how do you say it? That fight with the initial fight with Bautista, that was brutal and awesome. The choreographing was fantastic, and it felt real to where, I don't know if it was a flub. I think it was a flub they just left in because it felt so real. But even this like badass martial artist felt real, because like there's a moment when they get up and he slides on some broken glass.
Yeah,
and,
I saw that.
and then loses momentum and picks it back up. Like little touches like that, I was like, points for that. That's like a cool little touch right there.
And I feel fairly certain that Bautista's probably doing most of his own stunts.
Yeah, well, as much as they'll let him. Yeah, I don't think he's jumping off the railing flat into the ground, which was some pretty impressive CG work, how they pulled that off. So,
yeah,
because that's how they had
because,
to.
he's got that MMA background, so he knows how to.
But he's also retired, which means his body don't work like it used to. But I mean, that whole opening sequence was pretty awesome, and kind of surprised, because they were really a lot of the marketing stuff, not the trailers, but like the behind, like the text marketing had a lot about Karen Gillan. But Gillan, I gotta learn how to say Amy Pond's name.
Gilliam?
I just can't remember if it ends in an M or an N. But anyways, I was shocked that she dies. I was shocked how quick they did that in the beginning, how they just killed her out of the movie. I figured maybe one of those she gets injured, and she's still in the hospital or something. But no, they like killed her off. So it's like they kind of Drew Barrymore screamed, or Psycho, Jamie Lee Curtis's mom.
You're asking the wrong person.
I know I'm asking the wrong person. I know the name, but I'm blanking. Y'all know. You'll say it in the comments.
I could see where Bautista and Gilliam are on, Guardians of the Galaxy Endgame.
Yeah. Hey, you want to come do this fun movie with me? Sure.
It's
Why
just
not?
like. It's like, well, how many days of filming? It was like, we just need you for the first, few scenes.
Yeah,
so.
like 2 days. 2 days, you're good.
It's probably more like a week. There's a lot of different sets.
Maybe, yeah. But anyways, I thought that the fight choreography and all that stuff was really, really good.
Yeah.
And it was fun seeing her in there. And yeah, Mira Sorvino's kind of wasted. Daughter was cool, but obviously kind of predictable. I do like they called all those Ubers at the end, and they were convincing the guy that it was the FBI pulling up until the dumbass Uber driver. It's like, you call all these Ubers at once? That's fucked up, man. It's like, oh, you asshole.
The thing is, they don't know. They're
I know, but I just thought it was funny. I'm not mad at them. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else we got? Because again, this is pretty much when I think we can pretty much wrap this up.
Yeah, of course, we always think of stuff after that.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about, so I think I kind of hit my major pros and cons.
Yeah.
And then Dave Bautista crying at the end. That was cute. Although I half expected him to, because he didn't quite get actual tears going. I half expected him to pull back and be like, nah, I tried, man. I'm just too manly. I thought there was going to be a joke there. Funny, yeah, they didn't do it, but so it's still kind of cute the way it worked. But
I now have to say I loved his face when he found out his daughter was dating Stu.
Well, I was just going to say I did love his line though when he pulled back about the crying. It's like, no, you just got still have some hot sauce in your hair. That was cute. Sriracha, that was cool that they were in the sriracha plant. Yeah. But yeah, his face when which we all knew was going to happen, that he was dating Stu at the end. That was really cute. And that he yeah. It'd be a different movie if he was dating him.
It would be a very different movie.
That would be interesting. That'd be really interesting given the context of how the relationship. Anyways, I also like that he adopted the dog. That was pretty neat too. And I love that Stu
handsome dog.
Yeah, and I love how Stu's interrogation of the gang member was so much better because he was tweeting about his love of Ryan Gosling. And then he really got him when he's like starting to talk about the head of the gang being incontinent and they're lactose intolerant or whatever. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good tactic because I don't think there's any law against sending out fake tweets on somebody's phone yet. So, I mean, that's a good interrogation tactic that maybe some other police ought to learn from if they don't already do that. So anyways, all right. Yeah. I think that's about all I got. It is going actually longer than I thought. I should have taken a commercial break. Oh, well. You got anything else? I didn't jinx it at least this time.
Yeah, no. I said, like I said, I think I said the non-spoiler video. I liked them, the Stu and Vic, but at the same time, it's just not the same level of charisma as The Rock and Kevin
Which
Hart.
may have just been partially your expectations. Because I don't know why you were expecting that level of charisma. Well, that's a pretty rare pairing.
Well, this is like from what I saw in the trailers. I realized what I saw in the trailers, but the movie itself didn't just quite do it for me.
Fair enough. Well, anyways, that's what we think about Stuber. You can definitely let us know in the comments how much you agree, how much you disagree, what we got right, what we got wrong, what you think would be better, all that kind of fun stuff. We like to hear what you have to say. I read everything. I don't respond to a lot. I do most of my responses on Twitter, but I just hate typing. But I do read things and sometimes reply to you in videos. So let us know. Geek out in the comments.
We just like more.
Yeah, I know, but even
that. They like the
I know. I need to be better about that. I'm so sorry.
Yes, you do.
All right. Well, anyways, I'll try to be better about that. If you're better about clicking that thumbs up button, give us that thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. Check out the Stardust app. Look up TheEricButts. I have you a link in the description below. And it's because it's under my name. It's not under our name. But all right, we're gonna get out of here because this car's getting hot. And I'm gonna take those clothes off at some point soon. I don't know about tonight because it's school night. We'll see. Anyways, that's not for y'all to know. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go watch some more stuff. I'll see you all later.